But she ain't messing with no broke.
Edit. Well, you could say it. Because your dad's black. You could say it.
I choose not to say
I can't. I choose not to.
I'm no dummy.
What? Guess who's here?
Guess who's here? Ladies and gentlemen, like the Phoenix rising once again. How's that?
Now we're walking here? Is that the...
You want to walk over here?
Well, no, I'll go wherever you want to go. I've been following you for years.
Pat O'Brien, everybody.
This is where I want to walk.
Yeah,
Right here.
I got to get past Hey, good morning. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Mwah, so good to see you.
So good to see you.
I never see you
Go,
around
sit,
my
sit,
hood anymore.
sit.
Well, is this my chair?
Yeah.
I used to go to the local grocery store.
They
there.
told me there'd be a sedan chair for me here, but that's...
A
I guess that's
sedan
not
chair.
gonna
Yeah, they said they're picking you up in a sedan.
Oh,
Is that what they said?
Yes. No
Pat, you
limo.
look good.
Thank you. I feel good. Grateful to be here, and great to see my dear friend Steve. Steve and I go back.
So
He
far.
was telling me.
Well, let me tell you something. We go. But why is my chair so low?
Well, because
See,
Steve
this
has
is
to
the
be
kind
the top dog. He
This
puts
is the kind of
cushions.
thing you TV people do.
And by the end of the
You
interview,
TV people.
by the end of the interview, it's down here.
This is the kind of thing.
How about this? I'm down low for you now.
Yeah.
One time, Jim Nance asked
For
me.
you.
We were looking at the Olympic set, and he said, and we're supposed to share it. And he says, "What's the power position?" He actually said
Yeah.
these
Dear
words.
Lord.
Yeah.
You know what I said to him? Where I'm sitting.
Yeah.
Wherever I sit.
Yeah, well-
anyway,
Do you
Steve and I.
know? Do you know what your show did? Some little piece of me, and they came to me and they said, "Do you want the beauty light?" I said, "What the hell is that?" And they said, "How old are you?" I said, 38. And they go, "You don't know what a beauty light is? God bless you." I said, "I never heard of such a thing." Then I come here and I realize Steve's had the beauty light for 10 years.
What is the beauty light?
Well, no. The key is
Yeah.
to get Mary Hart's lighting.
You're
You
not
know,
kidding.
I would show up in an interview if Mary Hart was doing it. Her lighting looks like
beautiful.
you've lit
Yeah.
Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah.
Set the light
Stunning.
on the legs or
Now,
on your face?
Steve and I go back 37 years.
Yeah, yeah.
When did you first meet each other?
I remember.
Was
I was
it-
doing a charity event, a backgammon. Backgammon was kind of hot
I
for
was
a
good at
moment.
backgammon.
And with Sandy Freeman,
Oh my goodness.
AM Chicago. And Pat came, he was a reporter over at NBC.
Wow.
And
WMAQ.
WMAQ. And he came over and introduced himself, and we kind of hit it off a little bit.
And did he always have this voice?
No, he didn't then. He did then. He was like this.
Can I be on your show? You know, well, back when we worked in Chicago, there was a guy named Len O'Connor.
Oh, yeah.
Remember Len?
Of
Who had a
course.
voice like this?
Len O'Connor, right.
And my name is Len O'Connor, and he was one of the most famous people in Chicago. Then we had Floyd Kelber.
Yeah.
You know, had a voice like
Well,
this.
how did you go from doing local news and reporting to hosting the big entertainment shows?
No, it starts with the Lakers.
Well, yeah, you know, people forget I had a 10-year news career. Emmy award-winning news career.
Let's just not forget.
You know, let's not forget that part of it.
Hey,
Somehow when you Google me, talk about scary celebrity sites.
Do not Google
Talk
me.
about Cameron Diaz. The hell with her.
Forget that. You're fun. You are
Yeah.
fun.
No, but I had 10 years, and I started out with David Brinkley as his
Wow.
assistant back in 1970.
Can I do my David
You-
Brinkley
whoa,
impression?
whoa.
Oh, you can't beat me on Brinkley.
Let me hear yours, and I'll see if I do.
Well, no, you go ahead. I'd rather go last. Well, it's your show. What do you want to do?
He's
in the power seat.
apparently
What
it's
the
your,
hell's Dorothy?
apparently it's your show now.
Dorothy.
Dorothy.
That's true. You're friends with Dorothy.
They did a
too.
show together. How the hell did they do that?
Dorothy and I have a great, wonderful past.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. I
Dorothy,
love her.
Dorothy would say about Pat, we were very close.
loves you.
Yeah, I
Very
love
good
her.
friends. He still doesn't know I have a child. David Brinkley, what to me always sounded like this. The most important thing about the Wisconsin primary is that the Wisconsin primary isn't important at all.
Well, that's not even close. I mean,
Zing.
It's not even close.
Okay, let's go.
You work with
Because
the man.
I sat at the Master for 3
Yeah,
years,
go
and he was
ahead.
one of my best friends.
Yeah.
Good evening. Now, that right away, you know that I have it.
Yeah.
Good evening. Chet Huntley is off tonight. I'm David Brinkley. In the news, Mayor Richard J. Daley today announced there would be a new law in Chicago. Cassie Mackin has the story.
Oh, very.
Pretty good, huh?
That's really good.
Yeah, don't come back.
Now, what was he like to work for, the great David Brinkley?
David was great. He, you know, when I came in to his office in 1970, everybody was afraid of him because he was so, you know,
So
he was the
Brinkley
most
is-
powerful.
Sure. It's like
guy in
Steve
Swing.
here. Yeah.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
we're all afraid of Steve.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of this guy who hasn't said a
Michael,
word
his
yet.
name is
Michael.
I know, but
I know.
I'm a sandwich between the two
Yeah.
guys.
You don't want,
Sandwich
you don't
between
want to
two
do this.
gods.
no, but David, but you know, you had the Huntley Brinkley show,
Yeah.
and here I am from South Dakota.
Wow.
And I walk in to work as a copy boy in local news, and my first day there, And by the way, the first time we had a TV set in my home in Sioux Falls, about what, 1956, I guess, would be when you get your TV. We turn it on, it takes, what, 20 minutes to come on.
Jeez.
And the first image I see is David Brinkley
Oh, wow, that's powerful.
at the 1956 convention.
Who knew you'd be working for him?
So now I'm out of South Dakota. I got no money. I'm getting my master's degree at Johns Hopkins, and I've got this job that Brokaw got me, and in local news, making coffee and ripping wires. Do you know what that means?
Ripping
folks?
wires.
Not anymore.
And I look up and there's Brinkley. He goes, "Who are you?" And I said,
Now, how did he say it? How did he say it?
"Who are you?"
Who are you?
And so, and I got it. Oh my God, it's David Brinkley. And he says, "Well, whoever you are, Chet's in New York. Our secretary's gone. Our phones are going crazy. And I need somebody to answer them." So he says, "Come with me." So I go back, and we started talking. And I worked for Bobby Kennedy, and I had a very long history of politics. Wow. And he liked me and liked the political thing and the rap.
People won't remember that.
He hired me on the spot.
Yeah, pop culture was people would run around in those days saying, "Good night, David. Good night, Chet."
Well, and when I got to Chicago, when I finally went on the air, I copied him. If you listen to me back then, I copied him. And I used to ask David about it, and he said the problem with people imitating me is what they usually hear is me on a 6-inch speaker. So they have me like this. Good evening, I'm David Brinkley.
Well, we're going to run out of time, but I want to tell a story. King of Live, we used to call him King of Live, live shot. His office at Channel 2 was upstairs. One day he didn't realize when he was on.
You're talking about Pat?
Pat, I'm sorry.
It's not the first time I didn't realize that was
Yes, but you were on your game at this moment.
Right.
But you come running down the stairs, you come running on the set, you're all ready to go live, and you start to go live, and then you realize you're basically having a heart attack and you can't breathe.
Right, no.
So you were really good. The first couple of words were really, and then it ended up with a kind of, and so,
Never run to a microphone.
No, run to a
It's
microphone.
Early,
all right,
early
now
life.
you're going back to O2 radio, I should say, not back to radio, with Steve Hartman, the tradition of the loose cannons. You are now the other loose cannon, right?
Right. Well, I mean, unfortunately, that I would be in a show called The Loose Cannon.
Well, of course.
But,
Fortunately, it's fabulous.
Yeah, it's great. Steve and I were talking. It is great. Steve and I were talking earlier. I've done television. I've written a book. I'm writing a book now. And,
What is your book about now?
Me.
Yeah.
Of course.
But no, it's about 40 years in the broadcasting, and if you read page 6, it says I'm going to blow the lid off Hollywood. You should see my phone calls the next day. Am I in the book? 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 Am I? I said, no, you're not in the book. The book's, I'll tell you who will be in the book, but soon.
You were just mentioning the
cannons.
book that I'm reading. Oh.
Jolie, Angelina.
Yes.
On the entire chapter 12.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you want to know, it's now Andrew Morton, who wrote that book,
Yes.
is writing my book.
He was here and we talked about that.
We did
He
talk
was
about
working
that,
with you, yeah.
which I found fascinating, which it spoke a lot about you in the business that John Boyd reached out to you. But anyway, go ahead.
So I've never.
Pat O'Brien, sorry Pat, and Loose
That's it?
Cannons Monday through Friday, noon to 4 on AM.
This is outrageous.
Outrageous. See who's the boss with the hot sauce?
Now, here's the deal. You got 4 hours every day to tell your stories.
Steve has
Yeah,
3
but I
with
want to be with you,
interruptions.
Stephen. I haven't seen. Well, we'll have dinner.